Hi guys, so I'm really excited about this. So I've literally just done them and then my client has just left, so I thought I'd do a quick voiceover while it's all fresh. So these are using 2 of the new Hocus Pocus glitters, which will be available Monday the 2nd of October. They're limited edition, so will sell quickly, so don't miss out. So I've done my usual prep of my client's nails. I've removed the previous set, got down to a thin clear base. She'd had one accident, so there is a form ready to sculpt. And 2 of these are going to be nice crisp smile lines, so I'm going to do those first. So starting off with a bead of Cherry Blossom, which is a lovely pinky peachy cover pink. Taking the liquid out of the back of that bead and then placing at the centre of the nail where I want that smile line to start. And then blending gently back so that you don't get any lines when you add your next bead. And then I'm using the tip of my brush to shape that smile line. So making sure I'm creating a nice crisp ball, doing as much as I can with my brush so that then filing is kept to a minimal. It's a bit cold in my salon today, so everything was taking a little longer to cure. Then coming in with another small bead at the cuticle area, pushing to the side and blending forward. And then I'm going to cap that entire nail. I could have capped it in negligee, but I chose to cap it in crystal glass. And then I'm going to do exactly the same on this next nail. So coming in with that bead of crystal glass, where I want that smile line to start, and then kind of pushing that to either side to create the smile line, and then blending back. Then using that tip of my brush to shape those nice crisp smile lines. And then getting another bead, taking a small amount of liquid out of the back, but not as much, and then placing that at the cuticle area and blending down, and then I'm going to cap that entire nail. Now when I cap it, that's when I create the apex and think about the structure. And And then I'm going back to the little finger. Don't worry about those little marks of red. My lady had had a red set a couple of sets ago, so a little bit of that red acrylic is still on the nail. I'm just going to place a nice bead of clear acrylic on the nail. And then I'm getting a small bead of clear acrylic, dabbing it into the glitter, and this glitter is Mary from the Hocus Pocus collection. There's quite a bit of chunky cut in this, so get a small amount, add it to the nail, kind of nudge it into place with the tip of the brush, and then add to it again. This has the most beautiful holographic shine to it, so it picks up all the rainbow colours. I have to say I'm rather in love with this mix. Both the colours I've used in this set, I really love the mix. And then I'm just going to let that set into place, and then I'm going to do this nail. So I've applied my form and it's all ready to go. I'm then going to place a thin clear base down. So when you're doing this, a lot of times people spend a little too much time worrying about the shape of the tip and stuff. I just need a rough base. So as she has almond nails, I've just gone for like a rough almond shape. I've not spent too long like perfecting the shape. So a little too much acrylic, so I've swiped some of that off, and then I'm going to pat pull, make a nice thin base. And then I'm going to place that glitter on the nail and just nudge it into place with my brush. So I tend to start more in the middle of the nail and kind of push the glitter up towards the cuticle. That's a good tip for when you're trying to keep your glitter nice and thin, because if you place it near the cuticle then you're like pulling it down, whereas if you place it in the middle you've got more areas you're kind of pushing it round to. I'm going to cap that entire nail in crystal glass. Obviously, because this is a fresh nail, I want to have the option as to whether I want to pinch it. To be honest, the form had got a pretty good pinch C-curve on anyway, so I wasn't desperate to pinch, but and when you're doing a fresh nail, I always cap that nail in crystal glass. And I don't know why, but this glitter makes me think of a tabby cat. And as soon as I put the acrylic over the top and it all went matte, it's like, that just reminds me of tabby cats. So making sure I'm getting that nice structure and the shape I want, and that all the glitter's gone nice and matte, so I know that it's all been encapsulated. Just a little bit extra on the tip there, just to make sure I've not gone too thin. I'm going to go back and cap that little finger. Okay, so now we're ready to look at those smile lines. So I'm going to use my 150 grit file, and I'm pushing against that acrylic, making sure I've pulled all that skin away so I'm not going to cut into my lady's skin. And I'm pushing against the acrylic, not down on the nail, and creating that nice crisp smile line, getting right up into the corners, so I know I'll have nice sharp wings. And I file every single smile line. I see no point not to. And when I'm happy with those, I'm going to dust off. And I also use my brushy bit on my efile just to make sure that all of that dust is definitely out of there. And then I'm going to come in this beautiful, deep, reddy, blacky, oh, it's gorgeous colour. It's from CJP, it's one of their new colours, it's called Asphalt. And I'm just getting a small bead, placing it at the centre, and then pushing up to the wings. Now all I'm wanting to do is really accentuate that smile line. So that's the main reason I'm putting this colour in. And then I'm fading it down the tip. And then I'm using a small bead of clear acrylic to pick up some of the Sarah Superfine, placing it at the tip and then blending up. So all I really wanted from that colour was to just define how crisp those tips were. And I'm going to do exactly the same on the next nail. So coming in with a very small bead of that asphalt, and I've not taken any of the liquid out of the back of that, so I'm almost painting with it. Right up into those wings, and then just kind of wash blend down. And then I'm going to come in with the Superfine on the tip and then blending up. And then I'm going to get my crystal glass and cap the entire nail. Not the entire nail, just the tip, sorry. So I'm placing at that tip and then pushing up into each wing. So that is always my main concern when I do any kind of tip. So I place it at the centre and then I push it up into the wings. And then I worry about the rest of the shape and structure of that nail. So I always want to make sure those wings have got a decent amount of acrylic on. And then exactly the same on this nail. Placing it on and then pushing it up into that wing and then up into the other one. And there we go. And when they're all cured and set, I'll go into my usual filing routine. So I've shown it here today, but it is my usual routine, so say along with me. So starting off with that side wall, shaping that free edge. And then gently around that cuticle area. And then down the body of the nail. Making sure to work the nail as a whole, not just focusing on one bit. When they're all done, dust it off and then putting on my top coat. This is when you really see those beautiful holographic colours coming through. And then I will cure that in my LED lamp for 60 seconds and then give it a minute or two to cool down. And then I'm going to apply my cuticle oil. And there you have them, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Any questions, comments or requests, just pop it all below. Thanks for tuning in. Bye!